Welcome back to our off-grid cabin build project. Last week at the cabin, we spent time as a family working on the floors. We puttied and then waited and then sanded the putty, wiped the dust off the floor, filled the knot holes in the wood with epoxy, and then waited, and then filled the knot holes again. In this video, we are sharing the second half of that same weekend where we spent time outside and inside the cabin.
Oh, no.
You want to update us on Princess Fine?
Looks to be doing pretty good. Standing tall still. Ain't got no brakes. Feels pretty nice. And she's doing pretty good. She might last it. Hopefully she lasts through this winter.
So we want to remove this big log so we can have another firewood stack wall right there. Right there, yes, thank you. But we can't quite lift that log by ourselves. It's a little massive. Can like leverage it up, but it's pretty heavy.
Yeah.
Oh no. I'm gonna move the chainsaw. Thick. And lumberjack over here.
Up and over your head straight. Beautiful.
Like that?
Oh, domino effect. Blocks are too close together.
Really into the second year. We should sort them from like the biggest on the outside to the smallest on the inside.
Really?
Oh, come here.
All right.
Oh, just the other side.
Did Cole just jump for that?
He did. This wood pile is from a while ago. It was a big mess. Nora and I just picked it up so that when you come through here with a four-wheeler, at least you don't drive over logs. And if we want to take logs off of the pile in the winter, you can see where the pile is. It was just kind of scattered everywhere. Corey's still cutting some logs. We're picking up, kind of following him, picking up all the pieces. A little bit more. That is a big dead pine tree. And lots of little babies in its place. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Ah!
Oh, Colt's like...
All right. Should I carry that chainsaw back?
That is a pretty tree. I feel like you just can't tell how pretty it is unless you're in person.
And it just looks like you just snap it back in. It's like playing with Legos when you like unsnap them.
Yeah. It's like a snappy, clicky sound.
Oh wait, there's more, so we can actually hear him since he's done.
Maybe we have to get a fresh one. That one's like not not poppable. Oh, there. It didn't sound right though.
Because
Didn't do it. We have to find one to pop it.
Also, do any of y'all know what these things are? Because, like...
Yeah, what are they called?
I've had that question. For a long time.
It like snaps.
Like Legos. I feel like the farther you get down, the farther it gets. Ugh. It's cool though. It has like a cool like coloring and then just like definitely as further you get down.
It gets harder. Yeah, but they break apart at the section.
Like it doesn't rip, it just perfectly like pops off and then it has almost like a perfect circle.
We got all this wood to load.
That's scary. When you break, it takes like 2 seconds. I'm breaking right now.
That one's cool. Look at that fungus. Nice.
Could be some real nice firewood for next year.
Yeah. Or this year if we're desperate.
If we're desperate, it ain't gonna dry much, but
Or slice it with the chainsaw. Oh, that one.
just throw it in the pile. That's an all-nighter.
It's an all-nighter. Yep.
Both already know escape this time with me. Escape this time with me.
I'll jump when I do it. I'm scared of taking my feet. Because the
Swing.
hospital's like a couple hours
Fine,
away.
you don't need toes. Grandpa's living.
Is your dad missing toes?
Yeah.
You didn't know.
I didn't know that. I don't look at your dad's feet very often. I feel like I maybe did know about this, but I forgot.
Escape this time with me. Nowhere else to be.
Ta-da! We just went out for dinner and came back to the cabin in the dark. And the epoxy on the floor is not dry yet. So hopefully it's dry enough that when we refill the holes that kind of emptied or sunk down, that at least it can hold the new epoxy and dry overnight to be firm and perfect in every way. But that's what we're gonna work on. Corey's gonna mix up more epoxy and fill in the ones that need it, right?
maybe.
Or do you have a different plan?
Not really.
That's the plan.
That's kind of the plan.
A little bit more on this.
We ended up filling some of these knot holes a total of 3 times. It would have been a good idea to tape the backs of the boards before we installed them so that they would hold this epoxy. If we could do this again, that's what we would change. And then that one also needs it.
And then a lot of these ones over here.
That one's good. Good. That looks great. These are gonna be so cool. Oh my gosh, I love it so much. We'll see you in the morning.
Kind of love is right now. I really feel I am flying, releasing my troubles.
We're back at the cabin in the morning and we left our chair out and hopefully it's not permanently like that. But the water from the dew this morning messed with our beautiful chair. They're hard?
I would say we could sand all the ones that we could sand them all and then just fill the ones that need it.
We're gonna start sanding. We are starting to sand the tops off of the epoxy so that we can get that moving, and then we're gonna fill the epoxy holes that need more epoxy in them because it sunk down.
Sanded most of the epoxy off. I'll get the majority of it, and then you come back through.
We found out that the epoxy is not fully dried. It's kind of gummy, so it's not working to sand it, obviously. And we don't want to sand what seems dry, because then we're getting sand on the stuff that isn't dry. So we're just gonna leave it, let it harden, and go do other things that we need to do around here, and come back next week and go from there when it's fully hardened. Yeah, we probably could fill some of the holes again, because some of the holes, even though we refilled them last night, they could still use more. And hopefully the holes can hold the epoxy this time, and if they don't, then we know that it is what it is.
We should have taped the holes, the back side of the hole,
Yeah,
to hold the
epoxy.
in.
But a lot of the holes are holding, even though they were completely all the way through the board holes.
Across the floor. Till next time, that's all, folks.
You ending the video right now? I think Ethan found some plants and some salamander. Nora found a frog and some snappy plants. So it was a good weekend.
Any thoughts on the flooring process?
It takes a long time. It's a lot of work. But actually, it's not as bad as I thought it was going to be. Ethan's about to eat some moss.
I'm just kidding.
No, you're not.
They're like mini pine. What? They're like mini pine trees.
We don't feed our kids around here. They gotta fend for themselves.
Find some moss.
Forage.
Foraging moss to eat. Okay.
Okay, bye. Like and subscribe.